every single little thing that happens to us happens by our own will. This all is of our own choosing. Osho gives a very beautiful example here that a deer, when he wants to mate, a male deer, starts spreading pheromones, right? And the source of which is actually in his navel. Starts spreading them, starts attracting the female. Not consciously, but subconsciously, his body attracts the female deer. Continuing the creation, this play has to go on. So this law of nature works that way. But what happens after the consummation? What happens after mating? There's a loss of this essence, these pheromones, right? This vital essence, as we call jing sometimes, right? There's a loss of jing. There's a loss of essence. Every time the deer mates, there's a loss of essence. So this entire process, first there was a high, and then a low was created, right? After this low, this deer starts to think again. Okay, I felt pleasure, I was gratified, my needs were met. But because of not knowing that the essence was the major key, playing the role to bring him gratitude, to bring him the gratification, right? He associates the pleasure instead with the female deer. So in this process, what happens is, instead of believing that I carry my own gratification, the source of pleasure, this essence is within me, instead he assumes, he associates through this mind that the essence and the pleasure, the source of pleasure, is external. So he hunts again. Next time there are pheromones, right? There's another female deer. And then again, there's a high, and then gratified. After that, there is a low again. In this process, again, the attachment, right? The relational thinking, the relational coordination has been set dependent on another female, on an external, regardless of who it is, on an external. Whereas all this time, the source was right here, right? The entire essence right here. This is what our soul signed up for. Our soul willingly came here, well knowing everything that was going to happen, because these circumstances are of our own choosing. This is often what we see in the world between a man and a woman, right? This is what we end up seeing. There's attraction, initial attraction. And I would love to give this example with the reference of a bait. So when we hunt, right? When fishermen hunt fishes, they usually send a bait, right? Whoever you catch now, whoever you hunt now is going to be attracted to your bait. So we cannot really blame the other. So we really don't have the right to say that, oh my God, how is that person so bad, when it is our own bait. The other is attracted to our own bait. The bait is of our own choosing. Unconsciously, subconsciously, or consciously, we are the ones who sent out this bait exactly to attract that kind of the person, because that is what our soul needs in order to grow. This has been pre-decided by the soul in order to help you grow, in order to help you go back home. This has been pre-written. So now we have two paths from here. Now either we can blame the other, say, oh my God, why did this person do that to me, right? Oh my God, this happened to me. Always this happens to me. Or we can look at what bait we are sending. We can call it back once and see it, meet it in its own true nature. What is it that we are sending as baits? Why am I hunting and meeting the same thing over and over again? Is the issue with my bait, right? Is the issue with my bait? The same goes for when we talk about achievement, when we talk about discipline, when we talk about gaining something. Because in the subconscious, it offers you whatever you know that you have. Whatever you know, again, I'm not saying that you believe in it, you manifest it. No, whatever you actually truly know is yours, which is the entire universe, because it is you. So whatever you deeply know that is yours, And for that, you will not create a lack. Because what happens in this universe, every single thing that you try to achieve, right? I don't have this particular thing, so I'm going to try to achieve it. In that process, in this thought process itself that I don't have it, you have created a lack. And because in your mind, in your belief system, you believe that only after a certain amount of effort, you will be able to achieve that, to gain that. And this is why what often happens is we are again back at the same point. I don't have this. There's a lack, right? The distance is created right here. The distance doesn't actually exist. The distance has been created. It has been wired in, conditioned into your mind. So once this distance is created by admitting, by acknowledging that there is a lack, there is indeed a lack. And once there is a lack, you perceive an amount of effort. You say that this is what I need to do to get to point A. And then eventually you get to point A because now you believe that I have done enough to reach point A. Now my belief has actually shifted that I deserve to be at point A. All this while, you are point A. So this work actually does not lie on the external. When we talk about this beautiful work, right? We are not talking about anything that is on the outside. Every development that happens, it happens through a stimulus, through a trigger. But the source is we, right here. This is the source, right? So n number of triggers, stimuluses can keep changing. Stimulus can keep changing from here to there, right? Any amount of stimulus you can gather all your life. But the true work, the true source is right here. So next time, until we tell that, oh, that person was bad, this happened to me, right? I don't have this. I need to do this to get here. I need you to know that you are driving your life, not believe. I need you to know that you are actively choosing your life. And you need to see your bait instead of looking at the hunt, what you hunt here on day 1, day 2, regardless of what you are able to hunt. You need to first look at your bait if you are not satisfied with your hunt. Because your hunt is only attracted to your bait.